Hi guys, what's going on? It's Dan here, welcome back, and today we are doing another Versus episode on the high-end sports cars. I'm going to be in the Dinka Jester, based off the 2015 Honda NSX, and also based off of the BMW i8.
I am in the Pegassi Vacca, based on a combination of the Lamborghini Aventador and the Lamborghini Gallardo, with a couple of styling cues from the awesome McLaren MP412C.
I am in the Dewbauchee Massacro, which is based on the Aston Martin Vanquish with stylings from modern Ferraris.
As always, we're going to test the performance of these cars first, and we'll start with how fast they are around our track. So take it away, Sean.
Off the line, all three of these cars are extremely quick, despite only having rear-wheel drive, but the Jester's just a little bit faster than the other two. The Massacro first into the first corner, though, and down into the first chicane. The Vacca takes the Massacro here due to its lighter handling and better steering. Coming up into the second chicane, the Jester has now gained on the Massacro due to the Massacro having quite heavy steering. Down into the second section of the track now, all of these cars are extremely close at this point. There's probably not much you can see between them, but you can see through these hairpins that the Massacro and the Jester have much tighter handling than that of the Massacro. Into the final bend, flat on all of the cars except for the Massacro due to its heavy steering, and across the line.
Alright, now we are on to the drag race to find out which of these cars is the fastest. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm going to fire the flare now.
I'm ready.
There we go.
Oh, that Jester's got a good launch.
So is the Massacro. The Massacro's pulling away.
I'm pulling.
Oh, you're gaining.
Yeah.
You're gaining. Is it going to be enough?
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Look at that.
Oh, easy win for the Massacro, though.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
So round 2 goes to the Massacro. So at the end of the performance tests, it is a dead heat between the Massacro and the Vacca. I'll just say something about the Jester first. I think it handled really well. It was really light around the corners, but I just think it was lacking quite a bit in power.
So that's why my car is better, even though it has heavier steering, which is why it was less quick around the track, but it also has loads of power.
The Vacca is sort of the best of both worlds. It has a lot of power and it's really lightweight and flickable into the corners, which is why it was the best on the track and second in the drag race.
We are going to go on to the aesthetics of these cars, and as always, we'll do a bit of a cruise. So we've done the cruise now, and I'd have to say that the Vacca sounds the best in my opinion.
I'll agree with you that it's a very good sounding car. It's very loud and aggressive, but I think that the Massacro is the best sounding car of the three.
It's not bad. I think personally, I do prefer the Vacca. I think it has a better sound rather than the Jester. I think the Jester has a pretty poor sound to it.
In terms of sounds, the winner goes to the Vacca. In second, the Massacro, and third, the Jester.
Personally, I think the Massacro looks the best.
Yeah, I like the way it is. I like the car it's based on, and I like the details it has from like a Ferrari 360 at the rear. I just think it's slightly too boxy on this game, maybe.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure about the front of the Massacro, but I think it won my vote of the best looking car just due to the back of it. It's one of the best back ends of a car.
I do agree it's got a really good back end, but in my opinion, the Jester's the best looking car despite having the worst back end. I just like the size of it and the overall shape, the fact that it's so low and so smooth, and I really like the side and front view of that car. I just think the back lets it down a little bit.
It looks good. I like it. It's not too sporty, if you know what I mean. It doesn't look too much like a race car. It does look quite good.
Yeah, I like the modern look that they've gone for designing that. I do agree with you guys that the back end isn't particularly good to look at. It's a bit pointy.
Then the Vacca is, for me, a bit of a weird one because I don't really like the front end of that car from quite a lot of angles. I don't like it, but then overall I do really like the way it looks, especially at the rear. I like how low and wide it is at the rear.
It has got a nice. I like where the exhaust has a good placement. I like it because it's based off the McLaren, isn't it?
Yeah, the MP412.
So the front looks very like boxy and old, like something from an older GTA type thing. It doesn't look as modern and slick and like smoothly done as it's Yeah,
I think the Vacca it looks a bit too plain, like it was during when Rockstar was first making these cars for this game.
Yeah.
And even though the Massacro does look a bit plain, it works into its style.
Yeah.
But the back end of the Vacca is pretty beautiful.
I like the vent as well on the back.
Yeah. Based
Big
off
back
the
window.
Huracan, isn't it?
Or was it the vent?
It's a combination of a Huracan and an Aventador with the details of an MP412C. But the front end is all Gallardo, which is why I don't like it, because I never liked the way the Gallardo looked anyway.
It's got too much going on that car.
To summarise, you've got the simplicity in an art form of the Dewbauchee Massacro. You've got the modern art style of the Jester, and then you've got the complicated, aggressive styling of the Vacca. We concluded that the Massacro was the unanimous best looking car. The Jester was second, and the Vacca it's a bit too much going on, like Ollie said.
Now we are on to round 4, customization, and we'll begin with the Dinka Jester. This has 18 unique upgradable components. It has 5 bumpers. As you can see here, it has 3 on the front and 2 on the back. It has 3 exhausts. It has the race exhaust, which I have on, the chrome tip exhaust, and the oval exhaust. It has 2 roll cages. It has the roll cage and chassis upgrade, and it has the roll cage and race modifications. 1 roof louvre, as you can see on the back there. 3 skirt upgrades. It has the carbon skirt, which I have on now, the sport skirt, and the custom skirt. And finally, it has 4 spoiler upgrades: the carbon wing, the coloured coded wing, the carbon wing type 2, and the GT wing. Onto the Massacro now, and this has 20 unique upgradable components. It has 5 bumpers, 3 on the front and 2 on the back. It has 2 roll cages right in the chassis section, you can see there, and a race one there. 1 extra exhaust, the titanium exhaust, It has a fender, one fender, right at the above the front wheel there. 3 hood upgrades, carbon one, race vented hood, and then the race carbon vented hood. 4 skirts. The carbon side skirt I have here, the race side skirt, the carbon side skirt, and just the side skirt. And finally it has 4 spoilers. It has the low level spoiler, the carbon low level spoiler, the race wing, and the GT wing. And finally the Pegassi Vacca. This only has 5 unique upgradable upgrades. It has 1 roll cage, as you can see here. It has 1 exhaust, right there, 1 hood, carbon hood, and 2 spoilers, the low level spoiler and the carbon wing. That's the end of today's video, guys, and the winner is the Dewbauchee Massacro with 28 points, closely followed by the Pegassi Vacca with 25 points, and coming up last is the Dinka Jester with 19 points. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave it a like and subscribe if you are new. And if you'd like to check out our other Versus videos, links to those will be in the description. Thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.